Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deck tech on the deck that I took to top 32 at Gen Con. I'm a little exhausted. I just drove back 5 hours from Gen Con, whatever. I'm going to start at the beginning and we're going to go all the way through, so maybe buckle in, get a thing of water, I don't know. First and foremost, the deck you're about to see was submitted to us by a Patreon supporter. His deck list was it was a deck list. It was there. I saw what he wanted to do, but I don't think he had the proper cards. So we tweaked it a little. But I'll start even before that. So RJ has been working on a Autobot Hot Rod, Flame War, Dead End, and Skydive deck, where it's all tough, and as many burn cards as possible. And we had that going pretty good. And then Mr. David Fox came in with his deck and said, "Yo guys, try this out." And then we ran it. It seemed pretty good. The one he sent us seemed pretty good. But I felt I could improve on it. Not saying he's a bad deck builder. Not saying that it doesn't work for the future. I'm saying this might be a little more efficient, I think, personally. So we took our list and we went to Dave's list. Dave's list was Dirge, Flame War, Alpha Bravo, Autobot Mirage, the Sentinel. And before I started, I didn't want to waste his time and say, yeah, I'll run this with Dirge, because Dirge has Pierce 1 on the back 2 attack. And his ability, does it really happen often? I wasn't going to risk it, because that was the tier he was in, and I wanted to make sure he got, his money's worth. So I said, Dave, I have a small idea. Can I just swap out one character, keeping your original deck, and go from there? He said, yeah. So, sorry, Dirge, you didn't make that cut. Trigger happy. Still 2 attack, but Pierce 4. More health, same defense. That'll come into play later. This is still not his original deck. This is the tweak deck, so don't start trying to... whatever. I'll just go over all the characters real fast. Autobot Mirage. 2 Pierce 2. 2 attack, Pierce 2, 10 health, 2 armor. When he's dead, flip him. Look at your opponent's whole hand, rip an action out of it. I ripped an ISF out of a bug player's hand. Felt great. Still lost. Alpha Bravo. 2 attack, 8 health, 1 armor. Reverse side. 2 attack, Pierce 3. You can see a theme we're doing here, right? Flame War. Does everybody know Flame War? Good. For those of you that don't. Everyone gets ball 1 when you flip to this mode. You're never going to flip to this mode. You're going to flip her 1 time. That's it. And that's what helps this deck. Each of your characters gets tough 1. Beautiful. We're going to try and pierce the enemy. We're going to try and keep everyone alive. Trigger happy. 8 stars. When you flip to this mode, return a weapon from your scrap pile to hand. We would like to try to abuse this. Reverse side, 2 attack, Pierce 4. 12 health, 2 armor. Wonderful. Overall game plan is, you go first, great. You get to flip Flame War, send Mirage, flip Alpha Bravo, send Alpha Bravo, send Trigger Happy, and then after that, you will just keep flipping Trigger Happy to try to recur weapons as fast as you can, the important weapons. So, I'm going to glance back over here. I'm going to read you off his original list, because I want to make sure I get it right. He had 3 reinforced plating, 3 evasive maneuver, 1 crushing size, 2 field communicator, 3 energon axe, 3 handheld blaster, 2 nobles, 2 scoundrels, 3 security checkpoints, 3 vaporize, 3 pep talk, 2 marksmanship, 3 brainstorm, 3 equipment enthusiast, and 2 inferno breath. So we ran his deck. I'm not sure if you guys are going to, what order we're going to release the videos in. There's going to be a video where we play his deck the stock way against the RJ Burn deck, and then I think I have my tweak deck, or the first version of my tweak deck, maybe against that same deck. I really forget what it was. And then that second video was a different deck list than this one. This is my final 3.0 version or whatever. Got his deck list, changed it. Came up with this. For the armor, you're going to have Smoke Cloaks 3. You're going to have extra padding 3. You're only going to play the Smoke Cloak. Like, last-ditch effort, you need an armor to play. Whatever. Just get it down, play it. 3 Field Communicator. You have 3 Specialists. Sometimes you got to gamble. Drop it on your upcoming attacker. cross fingers. I've seen it go field communicator, laser cutlass. So you never know what's going to happen. So, hey. Weapons. This might be a little weapon heavy. It seemed effective to me. 2 armed hovercraft, 2 energon axe, 3 handheld blaster, 3 laser cutlass, 2 nobles, and 2 scoundrel blasters. You have 2 Autobots, you have 2 Decepticons, decent balance, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 greens in the deck, enough to get rid of cards you don't want in your hand, especially if you have a black pip card that you really want cycling in your deck, especially against blue decks. Actions. I kept his Equipment Enthusiast. It's really good, especially when you play that multiple upgrade field communicator turn. I went up to 3 Inferno Breath. Kept the 3 Pep Talks. He had Leap into Battle, I believe. We're going to drop those for Steady Shot. The black pips do help, believe me. 3 Security Checkpoint. 3, the bigger they are. You need to land damage. And those are strong cards. What was next? I forget. For a sideboard, this is the exact deck that I ran at Gen Con. So my sideboard was 2 Infiltrate, 100%. I won't take these out for anything. 2 Grenade Launcher, 100%. Wouldn't take them out for anything. These are great to tech in against heavy orange decks, especially if Trigger Happy can grab the Grenade Launcher again. Very helpful. 2 cards I did not use at all the entire tournament. 2 Force Field. I'm not saying they're bad. I just didn't use them. 2 Espionage. I was worried about going up against aerial bots. I played 0 aerial bots. So, oh well. Maybe it's good against orange. Rip out some supercharges. Probably. And Enforcement Batons. I had a strong feeling this was going to be a Battle Master heavy event. I think I was correct. I'm pretty sure there was at least a Battle Master at every table. I think 2 is excessive. So, drop an EB. You don't need to. For a sideboard character, if you want to try and go the long Pierce route, you could get rid of Flame War, either drop in Ravage 2, that's one from the Soundwave, Blasterverse Soundwave set, the Saboteur, with the 3 Pierce 2 on the back. I think that could be deadly. Maybe even replace him with Alpha Bravo instead and keep Flame War. Or if you're going to take out Flame War, throw in Bone Crusher, 3 Pierce 2, you get a star card. Or maybe take out Alpha Bravo also and do that. Don't know. All I know is for the 4 rounds that I played of the top 8 match for the preliminary, Flame War's tough one saved me on more attack damage than I care to count. So I highly recommend not dropping her. That's all I can say about that. Sideboards. I've seen too many different types of deck to know what to tech against. Someone ruined my day with another deck when they teched in Point Defense System. And it pretty much shut down my major Soundwave deck. That's neither here nor there. Coming up with the correct amount of 10 cards you have to choose from, I would swap these out for Dampening Field, minimum, at least 2. And I couldn't tell you what to put here. Dealer's Choice. You need to know your local area and what they're doing. If everyone is into Lionizer, still with the Dampening Field. Maybe keep an Espionage to rip an orange out of there. Disarm would be a decent card. And in case you didn't notice, I have barely any upgrade hate. This really, I don't want to say it, did not affect me that much at Gen Con. I sort of just dealt with Battle Masters as they were equipped. I just dealt with Lionizers, and I think I did a pretty decent job. I went 4-0 in the preliminary, and my record was so high, and someone else's was so high, and like we could just draw, and we don't need to play this game, and we did, and we drew, and the next one we drew again, and I still got in. So nice, relaxing break to only have to do 4 rounds. Trigger Happy. Against bugs. Key to dig for armed hovercraft. Dig. You will ruin a bug player's day. I got one Scrapnel KO'd before he even had a chance to attack. That was via armed hovercraft. a 2 Pierce 2 attack, and I believe it was an Inferno Breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then maybe I guess I did an Armed Hovercraft again at some point by flipping. If you ever have a chance to play an upgrade on Trigger Happy, you need to get this back into the KO pile or scrap pile fast, especially against a wide deck. Very helpful. Please keep in mind, do not think for 1 second that you can just submit us a deck and we are going to turn it into something that is extremely competitive and can hold its own at Gen Con. This might be a one-off. So we extremely appreciate David and all others for joining that tier to allow us to do this. I cannot speak for everyone's success rate. I think maybe we just got lucky with this one, or it was a great medical because health. This has 40 health, I believe. 22, 30, 40 health. And tough everywhere. Decent amount of armor. 2-2. 1-1. So I don't want people to think that, oh, I'll just submit a deck to them and then they'll make it amazing. And no, just that's not going to be the results all the time. Okay, I just remember what I was going to say. This is a 41 card deck. Do whatever you want with that information as you will. Jump back to side decking again. Off on a tangent there. Against orange decks, when I went in, it was usually against bugs. So I sided these out, and I took out 2 Scoundrel Blasters and 2 Pep Talks. Because if I was going to draw these supposed to be Pep Talks or Scoundrel Blasters, I would have this access to this. That cost me 1 game. I needed Trigger Happy to kind of recur a Scoundrel Blaster from the scrap somewhere so I can land a 4 Pierce 4 attack onto a bug to win the game. I did not. I was 1 damage short. I believe all I had in my hand at the time were Nobles Blasters. Obviously, you want them against bugs. Maybe if you're going to throw in a 3rd Nobles and a 3rd Scoundrels as another option. I don't know. I think 3 Energon Axes is too much. Don't do that. I think 3 Laser Cutlass is fine. 2 might be too weak. 2 Armed Hovercraft seems fine. Maybe a 3rd. I don't know if I would go up to 42 cards. At that point, you need to start dropping 1 Equipment Enthusiast, 1 Pep Talk. Don't be fooled. If you train off of that Field Communicator and you manage to get some like extra padding thing going on, I played a couple games where I was drawing 5, 6, and 7s off of these because my opponent couldn't upgrade hate me fast enough. So, drawing 7, really helpful. I think that's all I have for this deck tech. I will have a text version of this posted in the channel description or video description. I 100% thank David Fox for directing this team in our direction because I'm 99.9% sure nobody else ran this. Now, it lost in top 32. I don't think it lost because of what the deck is. I think I really just got unlucky, and I hope the bug player, maybe he'll come forward and be like, yeah, I got really lucky. I was off 1 game by 1 damage, and he was like, hey, Supercharge here, ISF there. I was like, I just couldn't keep up with that particular bug game. I played an earlier bug game in the preliminary, which I 2-0'd. And, siding in the orange hate, that did it for me. So once again, I thank Mr. Fox for his team suggestion. I hope he gives this an attempt at his local invitational open qualifier thingy, and I'd be interested to see how it reacts to his area. That's all I got. Check out the other videos, not sure which order these are coming in again, of the games that I played using versions 1 and 2 of this deck. This is version 3. And see if it's something you guys enjoy. Thank you.